All right, it's time to get thinking about grid design again for the inner page content, the actual thing below the nav bar. This can be inclusive to the nav bar. We did that last time. Let's focus in on the content of the page itself. You can see that this grid system will be very flexible. It doesn't have any media queries in it, so there's no breakpoints. That might not be a good thing because maybe you don't want your columns to go that wide. This row system is broken up into 12 columns as the full width, and that could be any combination of columns that will equal the row, whether it's 10 and 2 or 2 and 10, or down here, a 7 and 5. At the very last row, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's 2 times 6, which equals, you got it, 12. 12 column grid. You can mix and match these, you can flip the order of the columns, but each row has to equal 12 columns. That's the only rule. Let's take a look at the code real quick. In this code, just like everything else you've been working with, here there's a container. We've been working with a container called outer, and we use the outer with an inner page class to define our whole page, and with tiles using the outer and page class to repeat that outer over and over again to create a bunch of tiles. Within this container that starts up there and ends way down there, there's a bunch of rows, much like you've been using the page class. The row will contain the content, but within the row are a bunch of columns, and those columns are broken up by your content needs. Think about your design needs and then create a row with the appropriate column system that matches. And within, right now, there's placeholder content. Here you would build other structures, such as an image or a box, a div, that contains images and text and captions, and that would go in this column, while maybe the column 5 is a bunch of text off to the right side. This is the underlying structure of your rows and of the layout of your page. Within here, you still might need to define other widgets that you build using divs to refine the layout. Taking a look at the grid system, here's the row, followed by the column definitions, going from 1 all the way down to 12. Take a look at the CSS and the HTML. Take a look at your wireframe and make a row set that would fit some of the rows on your wireframe. Just have a little coding and CSS fun to better understand how this system works.